All right. I think I got it working now. Let me see what I sound like. How is everybody doing? Fuck. Trump is creepy. He sure is. How is everybody doing? Fuck. Trump is creepy. He sure is. Oh, there's a lot of static. How is everybody doing? Fuck. Alright. Well, this is what I got. Maybe I'll be able to fix it in post. I don't fucking know. I don't know why there's so much static. Maybe I should get my headphones instead of this. Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, test, test. I tell you one thing. The worst thing to set up for stream is audio. Alright, test, test. I tell you one thing. That sounds a lot better though. Alright, can't be doing that because Disney will get me if I play their songs. How am I level 69? I don't think I made it this high on the first Kingdom Hearts. Alright. Oh, I want to pull up something. So today, the thing that I'm going to talk about. So, there seems to be a left-wing civil war happening on the internet right now. I know, I'm late to the game. This has been happening for a while. But, it has gotten to a point where... to a point beyond ridiculousness. And I want to read something to y'all. I want to read this conversation I had on Reddit. So this is on a post where they were posting the fact that Senator Ossoff came out condemning Hassan Piker, which I think is great. He made a Twitter post basically saying Hassan Piker sucks. And that is it. When you hear him talk, he's doing his speeches, when he's doing his rallies, he's usually talking about Trump corruption, affordability, all those things. But he did take the time to make a Twitter post talking about, yeah, Hassan kind of sucks. And I went on here. I think I was actually replying to another comment, which I don't know how to see. View parent comment. View parent comment. View parent comment. Okay. I went on here and I said, basically, I like the guy even more. I was responding to somebody that says, boy, all the leftists are about to make the hardest 180 after all the fake-ass glazing of Ossoff. Oh, boy. So this guy's basically saying that the leftists are going to turn on Ossoff since he's basically condemning Hassan, which is possibly true. There probably are some leftists that are going to do that. And I, as somebody who is significantly to the left of the Destiny community, it seems like in Destiny himself, at least historically speaking, I was on banning the filibuster before him. I'm probably much more radical on taxing the wealthy, probably much more radical on the healthcare system than he is. I went on there and I was like, I like the guy even more. I'm more progressive than I am centrist, but I can recognize how fucking stupid and how much of a problem people like Hassan are. Though I think Destiny and this community focuses way too much on Hassan. And it came down to this person's basically trying to make the argument that going scorched earth is the only way that these losers are going to lose. He's basically saying that going scorched earth on these people is popular. And I was like, well, it's annoying to me. It's pretty low stakes for people like Destiny to do that. For a little bit of context, I watch Destiny, but here recently, he has been on and on and on and on with the Hassan streams and the DSA streams and leftist streams. And it's gotten annoying. Wick does the same thing, and that's also annoying to me. But hey, it's their streams, so it's whatever. I was like at the end of the day, what's one more streamer focusing on leftists? Nothing really. I would hate if public officials started focusing on them to this extent, because I do not think most people care, and there are so many other issues that need attention of the people in power. So basically what I'm saying is that, like, also making a Twitter post, as I said earlier, basically saying Hassan sucks based. But if these people were to start focusing on leftists the way people like, it would be shitty. Because they're not focusing on things that matter. And quite frankly, I don't think they'd be focusing on things that real people that actually have lives outside of the internet would care about. And then I went on to say, and I would hate it if the audiences of the streamer going scorched earth starts refusing to vote for candidates that associate with these leftists over MAGA. So basically, if you would vote for a MAGA candidate, or if you would stay home and abstain from voting against a MAGA candidate because the person on the left is too left for you, that is fucking insane in my mind. And so many of these people have that opinion. Wick himself has this opinion, and I'm calling you out right now, Wick. I fucking have me on, debate me on this. It's a stupid opinion. And this guy says, I think keeping extremists out of the Democratic Party is an important and noble goal. You don't want cancer to metastasize. To which I said, sure, there is some attention that should be paid to this, and there isn't much lost by people like Destiny overly focusing on it. But we do lose something if candidates are spending an inordinate amount of time on it, and if people are refusing to vote for the leftist candidate against MAGA because of the fervor around this topic. And I stand by that. That is absolutely 100% true. We cannot afford to let MAGA win because you're ass mad that some leftist beat the centrist candidate in the primary. The fix to that is not letting MAGA having power. The fix to that is for your centrist candidates to get their shit together and figure out why these leftists are able to beat them in the primaries so that they can win the next primaries. Their issue with centrists right now, and that they want to blame everyone else for their losses, primaries or general, but they do not want to look within and figure out what the fuck they're doing that is wrong, and that is driving me crazy. Because yes, the leftists can be a threat to the Democratic Party if the centrists do not get their shit together. And yes, MAGA is a threat to America because the centrists refuse to get their shit together. So this guy goes on to say, like when all those Bernie or busters refused to vote for Hillary, guilty. That was me. I'm sorry. It was a stupid decision. I was young. I was dumb. I regret it. I wish I'd voted for Hillary. My state went for Hillary anyways, but I still wish I'd voted for Hillary. So I wouldn't have this scarlet A on my chest that I was a Bernie or a buster that didn't vote for Hillary. I'm not a big fan of Hillary, but holy fuck, would this country be in a much better place if Hillary had won in 2016 than Trump winning in 2016. Or when the far left shit all over Kamala and basically said she's personally responsible for a genocide. Yeah, that's fucking stupid. It sucks that there's a cohort of the left that's doing that. It's wrong. It's factually wrong. It's not okay. But this is seriously one of those situations where two wrongs do not make a right, because if you do tit for tat here, that means that MAGA keeps power. That means that we have the Gestapo on the streets sending innocent people to gulags, sending children to internment camps to a point where they want to fucking kill themselves at 7 years old. It's ridiculous that you would think that it would be okay to let a rubber stamp for this regime in because you're ass mad that a leftist won a primary. I would vote for someone further left than I am over MAGA Republican. Shit. Or a moderate Republican too, because they still basically support most of the MAGA agenda too. I'm so glad he's with me on that one. Wick is not. At least not the last time I heard him talk about it. All of the candidates have to do is denounce Hassan extreme rhetoric in support of terrorists. It's not that hard. Even if these candidates were sucking Hassan's dick, I would still vote for them over MAGA for the simple fact that these leftist candidates have no power whatsoever. There was like 5 wins in all of the hundreds of primaries that we have had in this on the Democratic side. Even if these leftist candidates subscribed to Hassan's most insane rhetoric, even if they subscribed to putting capitalists in re-education camp, they are still not as dangerous as MAGA for the simple fact that they do not have, nor do I believe they even have what it takes to gain power if the centrists can get their shit together and start winning primaries. So no, you're wrong. You shouldn't have that purity test. It's a stupid ass purity test to have. One of the things that leftists are constantly, that the centrists are constantly harping against leftists on is the extent to which they do purity tests. Whatever happened to having to accept imperfect allies? Does that only count when the leftist just has to accept the centrist? When a centrist has to accept a leftist, and it's okay to just let the MAGA candidate win? What the fuck kind of standard is that? No, it's fucked up. It's stupid. Anyone who endorses that, they're just wrong. They're fucking dumb. They're just as dumb as the leftist almost. Anyway, I want to play Kingdom Hearts. I am going to be fighting up the boss today, so that's pretty exciting. I can't wait until I'm done with Chain of Memories, because I played Kingdom Hearts 2 when I was young, but I don't remember shit about it. That was not why. Why did you shoot fire at the guy that absorbs fire? Got him. Ha. But yeah, these centrists, their purity tests, their hatred of the left. I understand, like, not liking the left, the far left of this party. They're fucking insane. But the way that some of these content creators and their fans are going about, it's just as insane in my opinion. I don't understand why anybody that claims to be a liberal would be okay with letting a rubber stamp for this regime garner power. And let me tell you, I was a Bernier buster. Guilty. But do you know what changed my mind? Do you know the point at which I was like, fuck, I wish Hillary would win? Because it wasn't even like I supported Trump. I've never supported Trump. I always knew the guy was a fucking idiot. I honestly thought that he was going to destroy the Republican Party from within. I did think it was going to I did think that it wasn't going to take this long, and, you know, he would get to do this much damage to the country and innocent people before then. I was very much of the opinion that the president doesn't really have that much power to do much, but I didn't take into consideration that he's somebody that would be willing to abuse the presidential emergency powers. It wasn't even like a thing that crossed my mind. To be honest, it wasn't a thing I knew about. That was a possibility. All I knew was that Obama didn't really do much in office, and that's probably because he couldn't really do much. Anyways, the thing that changed my mind about, like, so when Trump won, I just sort of laughed. I chuckled. I woke up, I saw the news, and I chuckled. I didn't care if he won. I didn't care if Hillary won. I didn't care either way. Because I did hate Hillary. To be honest, I still don't really like Hillary. I kind of blame her for losing. It's a little bit her fault for, I think, being so milquetoast. And of course, it's people like me's fault, but mostly the people that were in swing states that had my mentality around that election. But yeah, it was people like me's fault too. And the thing that really got me to be like, fuck, I wish Hillary had won, was when he started separating children from their families at the border. That was one of those things that, like, the cruelty was the point. Like, he said it. He said that it was, well, actually, I don't even know if he said it. I know that his supporters said that they supported it because it was a deterrent for people coming over here illegally. Damn, I fucked up. So these people were okay with the cruelty that was separating children from their parents at the border. Some of their supporters, his supporters, made up excuses like, oh, well, these were people who were trafficking these children. It's just not true. These were, they knew that these were their parents. So yeah, that was the point in which I determined that not voting for Hillary was a mistake. And that Trump winning was actually a bad thing. Like, really bad thing. Really, really bad thing. And the second term, I don't see how you can see what's going on with ICE and the detention centers and what's happening to migrants right now and be okay with with his people winning Congress, winning the Senate, winning the House. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Winning these local elections, like, motherfucker, our democracy is at stake. He just passed an executive order that said that only specific people that his administration gets to choose, based off of the criteria that his administration gets to choose, can vote by mail. He's ordering the post office to discard or not deliver specific people's that he gets to choose ballots. Do you think that that's going to be a fair and impartial process they're going to use to choose the people who do not get to vote by mail? Like, our democracy is at stake. People's lives are at stake. People's livelihoods are at stake. And you're ass mad that some leftist beat your candidate in a primary, so you're going to let these people keep power. Fuck that. Fuck you. The community that I'm talking about right now, Destiny's community, they always harped on the amount of privilege it takes to be able to say, I'm not going to vote for the centrist over the MAGA candidate because I don't like the centrist. How much privilege do you have to say, I'm not going to vote for the fucking leftist over the MAGA candidate because I don't like the leftist? Damn, what happened? What was that? Something else that Destiny is spreading to its community is the idea that MAGA is still not dangerous at this point. Like, they're not the threat, it's the leftists that are the threat, and you cannot be further from the truth. I understand hedging from leftists getting power in the future. I understand that. It's a point that I brought up in that community long before anyone else did. I brought it up before leftists started winning because I saw what was coming around the corner. When well, actually, technically that's not true. I think I started on this when Graham Plattner was winning in Maine. Everyone was talking about how bad Graham Plattner is, how awful he is. Why would anyone vote for him? And I'm sitting there talking about, well, how the fuck is Chuck Schumer's handpicked candidate losing to this guy if he's this bad? What the fuck? Do I even have that many greens? I do not. Do I gotta redo rooms? Let's go ahead and... Oh, do I have that many reds? 40 reds? Damn, there was such a long time that I was just like... Why can't I give that... Do I need to give this first? There was such a long time that I wasn't getting... Oh, I need to get the blues first, don't I? There was such a long time that I wasn't... This is 6. That I wasn't getting cards because I didn't have enough space. So I should have been putting these cards into these doors. This was my fault. I own this. I own this mistake. Just like I own the mistake of not voting for Hillary in 2016. Yep, I don't have enough reds. Damn, look at all these zeros. Alright, which one do I want to do? Tranquil Darkness. Let's do a Tranquil Darkness. Wonder if I gave up my save spot for that.
Yeah. Take this. Win.
But yeah, this idea that the leftists are more dangerous than Trump, that could be true in the future. For sure, if the leftists are able to garner more power within the party, it's a good thing to hedge from. But like, it's literally trying to make it to where it's impossible for him to lose because he wants to disenfranchise Democrats and leftists, people in cities, people of color. Like they've already gutted the Voting Rights Act to a point where it's impossible for black people to be able to get representation in southern states that have that are gerrymandered to hell. Like I don't know where that comes from. Just because Trump is old doesn't mean that the people who voted for him aren't still voting in elections. It doesn't mean that. Fuck, what's that bald-headed guy's name? Damn. Fuck me up. Yeah, I know. I'm fucking doing this on purpose. Not Tim Miller, that's the guy that I like. Hey Alexa, what's the name of the guy that that's leading all the ICE raids in the Trump administration? I hate Alexa right now. It automatically changed back to regular Alexa from the... Oh, wait! Maybe it didn't automatically change. Maybe it just happened because I don't have Prime anymore. That's exactly what happened. Stephen Miller! That's his name! Like you're acting like Stephen Miller doesn't exist. Like, JD Vance isn't still around. Like there isn't still 30% of this country that likes the cruelty that's happening to migrants right now. Like, they're gonna vote for this shit again if we give them the opportunity to. I don't know. I'm just, I'm just a gamer. Not really, but... I do just want to get to the boss so I can stop seeing these fucking magician heartless dudes that I can't use my fire spells on and my ice spells that I like so much. And I'm not getting any reds. Got him.
Win.
Yeah. I don't know why. Go ahead, take your shower if you need to. Kenzie, I haven't been running the water for the past 30 minutes.
Take this. Win. Win. Win.
Did I get them all? Yeah, but they didn't die.
Heal. Courage.
Level up. Level up, up. Still not a red. Not a red to be found. Do I really just need one? Alright, green. What do you got for me, green? Not a damn thing? Seriously? Can 0 just count as 10? I hate this. I just wanted to fight the boss. I just wanted to fight I wonder if I reset the room. If it resets the amount of cards I need. Ooh, this is dangerous. What is this? Yeah, let's do this one. No, it didn't. Okay. That would have been shitty. And stupid of me to do. But still funny.
Courage. Take
He's
this.
gonna block this shit, isn't he?
Win. Freeze.
I thought these guys were supposed to be stronger. I need some greens. Can I just have a way to get only green maps cards? Please? Thank you. Uh-oh. What is going on? What happened? The fuck happened? What the fuck happened? My remote play disconnected. Luckily it disconnected in a place that I was fine at. That guy's just sort of confused why I'm just staring at the corner. I'm a little confused myself. I want to know why this shit isn't working the way it's supposed to. I don't know if I'm going to be able to play. Oh gosh. Let me see if I can get it to work on here. If not, I might just call it a stream and then I'll grind for. Actually, I might do that anyways. Let's call it a day. Grind for green cards off screen. And yeah, it was a short stream, but you know, that's okay. Is there anything I could talk about? There's gotta be something. You know what? The shit only started happening when I plugged my PlayStation into the Ethernet port. And plugging my PlayStation into the Ethernet port didn't even fix the problem I was hoping it would fix. Let me see. Alright, yeah. That's gonna be stream. Y'all have a good night.